We have some real problems in the Matsu real estate market, and you need to know what's happening so you can plan. It's hard to say for sure how everyone should plan, but each person is different. So you need to plan for your own life and your own future to decide what you're going to do. The biggest problem we have right now is a low inventory, extremely low inventory. Last year at this time, there were well over 600 houses on the market. Right now, this is November 18th. But right now, there's only 300 houses on the market. Ridiculous. And a lot of those houses aren't even there. I'm going to show you here at the end of this video that a lot of those houses that are advertised for sale aren't really houses. They're just empty lots. So you need to see that too. But the low inventory is making it very difficult for buyers. Buyers go out there, they see a house they really like, they write an offer on it, come to find out there are 3 other offers on it, and it goes for more than the list price by quite a bit. And it's hard to know exactly what it's going to go for. It used to be that if a house is listed for $300,000 and you wrote an offer for $300,000, almost certainly you would be able to get it. Of course, you know, a lot of people are used to writing an offer for much less than the asking price to see what the seller might come down to. But that's not going on these days. Some houses, if their house has been on the market more than 60 days, you know, try something lower. But if it's only been on the market a week, you're not going to get it for lower than the asking price, probably at all. You're probably going to have to pay more than the asking price, most likely, especially if you have competition for sure. You're going to have to pay more than the asking price. So the number one problem we have is low inventory. Believe it or not, the number 2 problem is low interest rates. Now, you might not think that's a problem, but low interest rates are part of what's causing the low inventory because buyers are trying to take advantage of it. They know these low interest rates are not going to last forever. They're below 3%. We actually saw them down almost at 2.5, but right now they're about 2.8. Change every day. That's important for you to know that interest rates change every single day. And so if you get a house under contract, you might want to think about locking your interest rate in. But the low interest rates are actually causing a bottleneck everywhere else because you know what else is going on? The people that already have a loan on their house, maybe they have a loan at 4% or 5%, they're saying, yikes, I want to refinance. I want to take advantage of these low interest rates too. So when they refinance, what that does is if they have to close that at the bank. They need to get an appraisal on it. Sometimes they need some work to be done on it, depending on what the appraiser says. The surveyors are getting backed up. The appraisers are getting backed up. The title companies are getting backed up. I just had a place, we tried to get an appraisal done on it. It's a little bit of a tricky house, but normally would there be no problem ordering an appraisal on it. 6 appraisers turned it down because they have easier work. You know, I mean, I don't blame them. They've got a lot of other stuff they can do and it's slam bang. But this one here is going to take some work and we can't get an appraisal done. And then once we get it into the title company, we can't get it closed. So low interest rates causing a problem. Another problem is that too many pending contracts. Do you realize we have almost 500 pending contracts in the Matsu Valley right now? Normally we have about 200. Actually, there's about 485 as of Monday. And we were 500 or so just a couple of weeks ago. And so we're pending somewhere between 35 and 45 houses a week are going up under contract. And we're closing somewhere between 40 and 50 houses a week. And at the most, we're only taking 10 of those pending contracts out. It's going to take a while to close out that backlog of 400 and some pending contracts that need to be closed at the bank, at the title company. So that's another big issue. And it's important for everybody to realize this. We have a low inventory. We have low interest rates, which is causing a backup because of all the refis. And we have all these pending contracts out there in addition to all the refis that need to be closed out. And the title company is going to be busy for a while because we close them all of the title companies and there's only 4 or 5 of them here in the valley. And man alive, we're really, really slammed right now. So major problems. Wait till the end of this video and I'm going to show you, illustrate for you right on our MLS system, what's going on in the different price ranges and different areas. And so you understand what's really happening with our real estate market. Take a look at what we have here in the borough. And I'm going to just show you on the MLS. This 1,200 listings match. This is a residential search. There are 1,200 houses, 1,211 houses right now for sale on the Alaska MLS. That includes everything. That goes from Fairbanks down to Kenai, down to Juneau, Anchorage,
and the Matanuska Valley and everything else in the state that happens to be on the MLS. But let's narrow this down. So we're looking at the Matanuska Valley. So let's change it to Matanuska Valley. And as soon as we make that change, we're down to 300 houses, from 1,200 to 300. There's only 300 houses for sale in the valley right now, and those green marks mark where they are. Now, notice right down here in the bottom, this is a shout out to all the realtors. Hey, we all need to make sure our places are on the map, because a lot of people do searches by maps because they want to search certain areas. So if you don't have your place on the map, make sure it's up here on this map. There's 37 of these are not on the map. There's 300 houses, 37 of them aren't here on the map. But let's change this down. So let's go, and we're going to work our way across the valley and just show you the distribution of these houses. We'll start with Palmer. Okay, there's all the houses in Palmer, and you can see them there. 59 of them are in Palmer. We'll go over to Wasilla, add Wasilla to it, and we jumped from 59 to 187. That's a big jump. And we want to bring in the main core area, so we'll move out to Meadow Lakes, which is this area right here. And so it pulls those ones in. And we'll grab Houston and Big Lake too. Houston and Big Lake. All right. So this whole area right here now has 228. So we had 300 or so, I think, in the whole borough. 228 of them are right in this circle area right here. And notice 24 of them are unmapped. They really should be mapped, but this still gives you the general distribution. But I wanted to show you this. This is what's important to know. How many of those are actually up? So 228 houses for sale, but really there are only 143 houses that are actually there. If you drove out there, only 143 of that 228 are going to be houses that are really there. Well, we say a lot of those are new houses, right? Well, there are new houses. However, most of the new houses are not up and ready to be sold. There's only 4. Right now, there's 4 houses, and here they are. There's 2 of them down here, 1 way over here, and 1 way out in Houston. That's it. So new construction that are to be built, let's say under construction. These houses, a lot of them are only a foundation, but they're still considered under construction because they did get the foundation in, and they're probably waiting for a buyer before they actually build the houses. There's 33 of them, 33 of those. And to be built houses is 48 of them. So if you went out to these lots, these are to be built. And what that means is there's really nothing there at all. It's just an empty lot. They probably haven't even cut a tree down yet. So they want to build a house there. They're advertising a house, but you can build any house on that lot. It's most likely the builder owns the lot in most cases. And if you go out there and you say, hey, I'd like you to build a different house here, most of the time he'll say, fine, I'll build a different house. I'm just using this for advertising. So 48 are to be built. Just wanted to show you that. That's important as you're trying to do your search to realize what's really going on. Let's take a look at the market by price range and market map by price range. And this is the whole valley. So it goes all the way from Talkeetna all the way to Lake Louise. So the whole Matanuska borough, Matanuska-Susitna borough right here. I don't have the actual boundaries of it. It's actually bigger than this. But let's look. Everything under, let's start at, people that need to be able to buy a house under 200,000. So you have good credit, but you only qualify up to 200,000. And even that's kind of amazing. And here they are. So we dropped it from 300 houses to 83 houses. Let's say it has to at least have 1 bathroom. Just 1 bathroom. You notice all these out here dropped off the map because these are remote properties out here. Still have one down here that says it has a bathroom, and you could have a bathroom out here in a remote area and not. You probably you need electricity then most likely, or some type of heat. All right. So then let's say that we need to move these closer in. They don't want to be up in Talkeetna or Willow, and we'll drop them down into, say, Wasilla or Palmer, or let's grab the core area. So Big Lake, we'll go Big Lake, Houston, slowly work our way around here, Meadow Lakes, Palmer, and Wasilla. Okay, so under 200,000 in In the core area, there are only 32 houses to look at. And a lot of these won't even qualify for a loan, which is a problem. All right, so let's bring this up a little bit. Let's say that it's between 200,000 and 300,000. So you're looking at a house from 200,000 to 300,000. And now you've got 52 houses to look at. But how many of these are really there? We can do that by choosing existing structure. So we don't know these are really there. Now there's only 34. And here's where they are. You notice that there are quite a few out. KGB, out in the Big Lake area, Houston area, some out in the Meadow Lakes area. If you want to go in just Wasilla and Palmer and find a house in that price range, well, we can do that. So let's do it. Wasilla and Palmer. Notice there's Palmer. There's only 5 in Palmer. And if we add Wasilla to it, we bring it up to 25. So now there's 25 houses, and that's between 200,000 and 300,000 that are actually existing, that are right there that you can actually go look at a house. All right. Let's do the same thing. We'll just bring it up a little bit. We'll move between 300 and 400,000. And we went from 25. Now there's only 15. All right. And those are existing houses. Those are places that are actually there that you can go look at a house. And if we change that now, let's go up to 500,000. 400 to 500,000. We do that, and look at that. Between 400 and 500,000, there are more houses than there are between 300 and 400,000. Isn't that amazing? So these are houses that are actually up. You can go look at between 400 and 500,000. 16 houses. All right. And I'm just going to go from there on up. Let's go 500,000 to 2 million. I don't think there's any houses over 2 million in the valley right now anyway. So between 500,000 and 2 million, there are 33 houses in that price range. So if you're over 500,000, well, you know, we can change that. Let's just say between 500 and 600,000. See what happens. Yeah, there's 11. There's still 11 there. So I just wanted to show you there's this real scarcity of the market as we're going in. And so there are more buyers out there than there are sellers. If you're a seller, now's the time to sell. If you really want to sell, now's the time to sell. You need to think what you're going to do after you sell, though. You know, are you moving out of the area? You're going to rent? You're going to build a house? What are you going to do? Because if you once you are selling, you become a buyer, and you better figure out where you're going to buy. Call us up. We'll help you figure that out, and we'll help you find a place. Just call one of the realtors here at Valley Market Real Estate. You can see their names right here. You can call that number, or you can text them at their number, or you can email them. To email them, just type in their first name, like Paula, at valleymarket.com. So any of them can be contacted that way. Jennifer at valleymarket.com, Jay at valleymarket.com. You can email us, you can text us, you can call us. We'll help you out in this crazy market right now.